I thought we would do something a little bit different today. Look at the VHS films of Stanley Kubrick films and try and identify as close as possible, or at least as early as I can tell by what resources I have to my disposal, what first editions would look like of Stanley Kubrick VHS tapes. The major films that he made. I'm going to start from The Killing because that's the first one I've seen, and I think many people consider that the first true mature Kubrick film. So we'll start from The Killing, and I'm probably just going to do this out of order, and maybe I'll re-edit them in order when I put this out. The Killing is interesting to me because it's actually a pretty late box of 1989 MGM UA box. So that's pretty late for a film like this. I mean, the film itself came out in 1956. So I guess nobody had thought to release the Stanley Kubrick film on VHS, which VHS only started in the late 70s. So nobody had bothered releasing The Killing up until 1989, which seems pretty surprising to me. So if you are aware of an earlier copy of The Killing, let me know. So Barry Lyndon, the earliest versions would be the clamshells, the Warner clamshells. And there's actually two kinds. So there's the red and gray clamshell, and there's the kind of white and gray clamshell variety. And I actually contacted Vancouver Comic Junkie to ask for help with these tapes, and he basically broke down for me that the white and gray one is the original, is the first edition, as far as we can tell. But what's also neat is that that was like a double video. So that would have been two videos inside like a big clamshell. So the first Clockwork Orange tape that I'm aware of is a WCI home video big box. Those are those big old Warner big boxes that don't even say Warner Home Video on top. The first ones actually said WCI Home Video on top. And that's the one that you're looking for if you want a first edition Clockwork Orange. I have one of these big boxes. Maybe I'll go pull it out. Warner Home Video, just so you can sort of see the size at least. This is a Warner Home Video of Blazing Saddles. So Dr. Strangelove would come in a RCA Columbia Pictures home video box. But with that one, it becomes very important to note the watermarks on the tape. Earlier ones, at least, will have the kind of like waterfall of watermarks on the back. I believe there's an even earlier one and super, super rare Columbia Pictures watermarks on the front and back. And that seems to be a super rare one. And I've only ever seen that on Dr. Strangelove and a copy of Eraserhead. So Eyes Wide Shut is a very modern tape. That's one where I believe the first edition would look like this. This is another tape that I gotten a lot. So still cool to have, but not a rare tape because it's so late in the 90s. I believe this is a 1999 film. So a pretty late tape, but there are cool ones that you can look for if you are a big fan of Eyes Wide Shut and you wanted something special. There is a screener copy, and there is a For Your Consideration copy, which would be, pretty cool if you had those things sealed. Okay, so Full Metal Jacket is a Warner tape, and in that case, you're looking for wraparound Warner watermarks. Sometimes hard to see because it would be white on white. That cover is very white. But if you look carefully, you'll see the Warner watermarks on the tape, and they need to go all the way around, I believe, if you want the earliest version of a Full Metal Jacket. Okay, so Lolita came in an MGM big box, and that particular one, you're looking for the old MGM lion. So it's sort of like a simple black lion that you're looking for, that logo, not the MGM UA home video logo. It's the same with the 2001 Space Odyssey, which is also an MGM big box. And you would rather want if you want the earliest one, the MGM Lion. It's like a round MGM Lion. Obviously, I'll put that on screen. And that's the one you're looking for if you want the first edition copy. I have a 2001 Space Odyssey Betamax here. It's one of my favorite films. And as you can see, it's like the slightly later version because it's got the MGM UA here instead of the just the MGM Lion. Okay, so Paths of Glory would be in one of those old CBS Fox like drawer boxes. Okay, so Shining is again a beautiful, pretty coveted box. A lot of collectors love these clamshells, whether they are sealed or not. They're kind of rare to find sealed. So when it comes to clamshells, like these old Warner clamshells, often people are, you know, pretty happy to collect them open. So they can, and a horror title like this as well, they can reach pretty high prices, even unsealed. So a Shining box, there's two versions. There's sort of the more common, would be Jack's face through the door. That sort of iconic photo of Jack, breaking through the door in The Shining and going, "Here's Johnny." So that would be the less rare. And then there is a more rare, which is sort of Jack in the maze in the snow. So that would be the one that, if you're looking for the ultimate first edition, I believe would be a Warner clamshell with Jack in the maze in the snow. Um, it's that green, beautiful, iconic Warner clamshell. Spartacus is sort of like the Killing, where the first VHS release is surprisingly late in the game, as far as I know, at least. And you'll see that that's like an MCA home video box that has wraparound watermarks would be the one that you're looking for. And I would think that is like, this says 1985. So, Spartacus is like a 1960 movie. And, to not have a VHS for, released until, quite a while into VHS seems kind of surprising to me. And thank you very much again to Vancouver Comic Junkie for helping me go over these tapes and pick what are, potentially the first editions for these Stanley Kubrick films. Vancouver Comic Junkie is also somebody who contributed to the VHS Bible, and that is a wonderful document. If you are getting into sealed VHS and would like to learn more, then I would recommend going to vhsbible.com and downloading the PDFs about the VHSs that are very helpful. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day.